This time I'm not going to make the same mistake. So without further ado, shoop. And let's get this thing going. And let's put it in 8 times speed. That. And let's bump it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm working on the cup here, if you notice. And we'll start working on the handle. And the handle is a little bit weird to me because at one point I'm going to be using the spin tool. You'll see it here in a sec. We start by adding stuff, extruding. I start by modifying these. I essentially grab them and then drag them down in the z-axis. I don't think there is that big of a problem. And then of course rotating this around, rotating the cup around. The reason I was spinning so long, even though it's not going to seem that long to you, on keeping on going close up in there and stuff, is because I was trying to figure out what kind of weird specific thing that he was doing, and I realized he was just rotating the cup, and so I finally figured out how to do that, just so that the things are straight out like that, and that's all we, In fact, at one point, he doesn't really tell you to do it, but you're supposed to select all the vertices and you're supposed to rotate the whole thing. I thought I was just supposed to rotate a band, or I thought I was supposed to do something weird or special, and it turned out I didn't need to do that. So we basically use E for the extrude, and we have a subdivision surface modifier, and we have smooth shading on, so it comes out as looking like this kind of curry dealy. And so I basically take and I rotate the ends and to try to meet the shape of the handle. And after doing this a couple times, got things going, and then I'm trying to use the spin tool, which I don't have a great handle on. Haha, get it, handle. No pun intended. Okay, so yeah. So then I once I get done with it, I'm basically trying to fix the handle skewed to one side. I'm not sure how I did it that ways, but it's kind of messed up, and so I just keep messing with it. I keep on selecting all of the faces and keep rotating it and moving it and dragging it and changing the origin point so that I can rotate it a certain way, and eventually I get it to something that is usable. It's not great, but it's usable. So we'll just pretend that this cup was kind of handmade, and it's not very perfect. And then you can see here I just did some extrusions, and then I started rotating the pieces, and I still am trying to get it, And I also noticed that the handle looks to me to be too skinny, even though it's supposed to be like this glass, kind of dainty thing. I basically increased the size of the whole. I increased the width of everything, and then of course I'm trying to make this stupid handle straight, and it didn't get straight, and so eventually I just kind of make it to where it's usable, and it looks okay. It's not great, but like I was telling some people, maybe it'd be a good idea if I continue to redo this particular tutorial over and over again until it's like second nature, until I got a good handle on how to use everything, when to use it, and all that. Obviously I wouldn't be showing all that to you. That's just for my learning stuff, but it actually does help if you keep redoing it, because eventually you get fast, you get more efficient, you try new things, you do little slightly different ways, and eventually you get pretty good at it. So I might try that. In any case, so yeah, nothing too exciting here. So in the future, you won't necessarily see my face. My dad gave me an idea. We were just looking at doing a search for my videos in YouTube, and I was noticing, I don't get that many views, and the one thing that I noticed that got a lot of views was was the start of the Unity tutorial, the John Lemon's Haunted Doughnut 3D beginner tutorial for Unity, and the other ones, they don't get that many views. This one got the most. It's up to like 129, and it was a few months ago, right? It's part one, but I think the biggest deal was its thumbnail had a cartoon character, and so my dad said if I have my face here, that I should do cartoon versions of my face. And if you ever see Computing Forever, Dave Cullen, see if I can go in here, and I don't think I have Computing Forever on here. I think I have it on my other account. So let's switch to my other account. No subscribers. And there we go. Where is, let's see, usually he's in here somewhere, because where is he? A lot of you, well, there's not a lot of you here. There's 2 or 3. I think the day that I said I was changing my video log, it got 7 views, so I have at least 7. There we go. Computing Forever. Now, I do have the audio. I kind of don't want to... here, I'm going to mute the desktop audio for a sec. You won't really notice it. I just want to show you... if you notice, he's got a drawn face of himself here, and let's see. See, he's got different different faces, different things for depending on what he's talking about. So I'm thinking, maybe I should do the same thing. Have a cartoon version of myself. That way I don't have to use the green screen, which is the red around, and I don't have to mess with that all the time. I can just sit here and I'll still be talking and whatnot, and then I'll just use the I'll use this OBS. Yeah, it's this size because I have my other screen divided into 3. It's got Discord and IRC, Hex chat. But let's see. Let's yeah, I just realized. Whoop. There. Let's do this again here, since you didn't see him, of course. Let's just go to my history here. Is this our feature? Anyways, as I was saying, he's got different faces for himself here. Oh, I turned that back on. I don't want to. I'm not trying to usurp his videos or anything like that. So he's got different faces and stuff. So I was thinking maybe I should do that. And like I said, that way. If I did that, at least it would look a little bit more interesting. People would looking at cartoons more than they would like looking at my face, which, I'm not really on showing my face just to show it. I mean, other than if you want to see what I look like, or I was thinking some people would want to know what I look like based on my talking, not because I'm that great to look at. But anyways, so Fanorama, Futurama fan film. That looks fun. So yeah, so I'm thinking let's go ahead and switch back. I'm thinking of doing something like that. I don't have to use the green screen so much, which is kind of a pain because I have to put it on every time, and then I have to go in and have to adjust some levels and things. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to, because the thumbnail I think generated that in fact I can show that to you, can't I? Let's just do a search for Enchanted Lands Devlog. That. If you notice, it's the first thing that pops up when it says 126. It said 129 the other when I was in the other room, when I was on the other computer. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. What matters here is this thumbnail here. I don't know how to make the thumbnail bigger, but maybe I can control plus it. I don't know if that'll work though. Plus like that. Okay. But if you notice there, there's the little cartoon. If I take it away, there's a little cartoon John Lemon there, and I'm thinking people are clicking on it because of that. That was my biggest right there, 217, and not because it's anything better than what I'm doing now or whatever. Although, no views on the donut videos, interestingly enough. That's okay. But I was figuring, well, maybe I should start drawing some characters. Like I said before, I was going to go ahead and draw like concept art for my backgrounds, and you know, the backgrounds are actually going to be in 3D, but that's kind of beside the point. So I do some concept art for my intro and outro and all that stuff. So I'm going to start doing that upcoming. I might not even do it in one video. I might just do like one thing. Well, I might do one thing for one video depending on how long it takes, but then but maybe not. Anyways, I'll just kind of gradually add in images and stuff for thumbnails and all that stuff, so you'll actually see some progress, and hopefully it'll get some more views. I don't get squat for views, it seems like. Control 0. There we go. Close that. And I know this is kind of rambling on here. Let's. Pardon me. About ready to sneeze. Okay, so donuts. The donut ones don't really have views. Look at this. This has one view. Now if I do a search for it, Enchanted Lands Devlog. Okay. This still says 126 here. This is 19. Huh. Anyways, so what was the reason? Oh yeah. 1 view, 16 views. Now these ones, these older ones, well that's just it. 16, it's 4 months ago. It's only 16 views. Now granted it's not the greatest, but you know, it's like, it should be a little bit better than that, maybe. 4 views on this one 2 months ago. 4 views on this one 3 weeks ago. You know, obviously people don't like this. It's, you know, obviously it's not very good here. But, anyways, so I'm going to try to up my game a little bit. I'm going to try to do a little bit more in-camera editing, you might say. And, so yeah. Let's see if I can try to show some progress here pretty soon. Anyways, I'd like to thank you for watching, and for, you know, if anybody made it to the end here, thanks for, you know, doing so. So yeah. So thanks, and I will see you later.